Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved one. So, things are crazy right now. Anyway, sorry about putting this off an extra day. I really don't know why I was feeling that way. That was just so weird. I've never had that before. So, anyway, we're going to talk to Gunnar today. And, don't know that I've done a reading for you before, so I like to explain real quick. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures. And I call it spiritual charades. So I try to describe the picture the best way I can. Okay, sorry, something was interrupting up there. Anyway, this is not an exact science, so sometimes you got to think outside the box a little bit. I don't know, I've lost my speech. I've said it enough times you'd think I'd have it done by heart. Anyway, so, I know I've talked to Gunnar before. I knew he looked familiar. He's singing a song. He's singing a song about the Rona. Rona, Rona, Bobana, Banana, Banana, Mobana, Bee-Bye, Bobana, Rona. I'm not going to sing it for you because that would really hurt your ears. So he's being funny. He's got a set of drumsticks in his hands. And he started out walking by a set of drums, so he wasn't actually sitting at them playing them. But he walked by and he on the drums as he went by. And then he walked over here and he did it on my head. Now he's doing it on my table. Now he's doing it in the air. He's an air drummer now. Yeah. He's just playing with them all over the place. So even if he did not play the drums, maybe he did the fingers on the table or on the dash of a vehicle, or he's bouncing around. He's everywhere. So you might feel something. It's not going to feel like me taking drumsticks to your head. But since he came over and did it to me, I don't know if that's going to be for you too. Usually when they do anything that happens to me while I'm doing a reading, you will feel too. So you could feel this little tiny, usually. It could be harder. Depends on them, depends on you. Like, and this is the right side of my head. Sometimes they'll show the exact spots. Sometimes they don't. So, if you get something that feels like thump, thump on the side of your head, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, tell him you know that's him, ask him for more. Maybe not beating on the head. When I get in trouble, Bob, my bud, he's my guide now, but he takes a pool noodle and comes in and whacks me, but I can see him do that. I mean, it doesn't physically hurt. He'll tell me, knock it off. Gunnar's just playing, but he's doing the finger thing, well, the drumstick thing everywhere. He's bouncing around, he's smiling, he's good, he feels good. He says, look at me, all spiffed up. He's talking about being a senior, like in school. Senior. I've got a senior in my house. He's talking about being a senior in school. Something about being a senior in school. Okay, anyway. See if he's going to tell me why he said that. Sometimes they just say something and I'll just spit it out anyway. Guides, he said. Guides. All right, we need to settle down. We need to talk. Now he's showing himself in a yard pushing a lawnmower, and as he's pushing it, he lets go with his right hand and he turns around and he waves at me, and then he proceeds to put his hands back on the mower. It's not a rider, it's a push mower. And he turns around and waves, turns sideways, he waves at me again. Honestly, don't know what he's signifying here. I don't know if this is something he used to do. He's got a big smile on his face. I don't. Well, I won't say that a lawnmower is going to be a sign because there'll be a lot of them. I don't know if he used to push mow the yard a lot, maybe didn't like it. Now he's got a big smile on his face. I'm not sure where he's going with this. This is their show. I let them do whatever they do within reason because they know what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. Or have you driven by somebody's house and thought it looked like him pushing a mower around the yard? And it could be just anybody. It doesn't have to be anybody you know. And sometimes that's their way of saying hi, because there's a lot of times I'll drive down the street and I think I see Bob driving a vehicle. That's still their way of saying hi because they catch your attention. The first person you think of it's a little hard to explain, but it does work that way. And okay, he wants me to explain songs on the radio. Now we're leading into this. I can be driving down the street, and Bob always talks to me through music. We call him the jukebox hero. Love music. And I'll go, I wonder if this song is actually from you. And I'll drive by somebody sitting in a vehicle at a stop sign, and it will be a truck just like his that he used to drive, or the person in the driver's seat might look really, really like him. So that's like a validation that that song is from him to me. So Gunner's saying the same thing to you. And I know it's kind of long and drawn out. It sounds a little weird, but I promise you, it works that way. And we miss it if we don't know that those things happen that way. When they get close to me, they make my head itch like I have head lice, but it's like ungodly itching in this one spot. And this has happened like the last couple of days where it feels like they take their finger, which we don't have fingers anymore, but take their finger and I can actually feel it going down into my hair, and then it wiggles. So watch, it's kind of, I don't know if it'll be the exact spot, but usually it is. So, okay. He said he's been blowing on your ear, your upper part of your ear too, like. So it would be different if a breeze came by and you would feel it like that. It will just be like in this part, like right on your ear, top of your ear. That's what he's showing. And I don't know how you'll receive the energy, but it will probably be warm when it happens. And sometimes it'll turn my ear bright red wherever they do that. Depends on how strong their energy is and how receptive you are to it. First he said he's here, and then he said she's here. And then he showed me a young guy about his age, and then he showed me a lady that looks like a little old grandma, like really, really old grandma. It's like boom, boom. Which one are you going to first, or either one? Grandma. She was really elderly, or looked really elderly when she passed. She appears to not be very tall. And he's kneeling down and like putting her slippers on for her. So whoever this grandma would have been that he would have done something like that for, he's acknowledging that she is there with him. Tell Mom I said hi. He's still kneeling down in front of this grandma while he's talking. So we'll see if he's going somewhere with this. Tell Mom I said hi. Tell Mom my head is not screwed up anymore. Tell Mom I love her. And look who's here. And he's still kneeling down in front of his grandma, messing with her slippers. But then he kind of turns sideways, kind of like he did on the lawnmower, and there's a young guy about his age. That's there with him. He's acknowledging anyway that they're both there. And he's got drumsticks. So they're playing the drumsticks on everything together. Whoever this is. One of them's calling themselves a one-man band. I'm not sure which one that came from. We're entertaining Grandma, keeping her happy. And Grandma jumps up, like perfectly healthy, like jumps up. Goes like this. She goes, I don't want you to think that I'm still like that now. I just came through like that so you would know who I was. Which is what they do. They'll come through in a way that you'll recognize them. Doesn't. Gunner's still bouncing around. Out in the woods, out in the woods, out in the woods. I don't know why he's talking about out in the woods. A lot of trees, some water. Sometimes muddy. So I don't. Gunner's not explaining himself. Alright, so now he's showing me a flagpole. And he had me look from the bottom of the flagpole, and this is not just a regular little flagpole in your yard. This is like a huge tall pole. And he's showing me the one that's down at our park where I go by the river all the time. I don't know if there's one exactly like that or he's just referring to something that I know. But he had me look from the bottom, and then he had me look all the way up until the American flag was on top. Okay? He's saying he would have liked to have gone into the military. He had thought about it, serving his country. I'm feeling more like Air Force or Navy he thought about. Didn't say that again. Wasn't sure he could handle boot camp. Or I don't know if all of them call it boot camp, but Okay, now he's showing me a plane in the sky, so evidently it's Air Force was his first choice. He said he's not sure how many people knew that he had thought about that. He salutes. He's showing me an officer with a lot of medals on, with the hat with bars on it, which would be like an upper general, admiral. I don't know which branch we're in right now, but it's still definitely Air Force or Navy. So was there somebody who was really, really high up in one of those? And I'm still leaning towards Air Force, somebody really, really high up that would have a lot of medals that maybe he had talked to or that he admired, that he looked up to. I'm sorry I disappointed everyone. It was not my intention. He's saluting again. Now this man's saluting him. Now they're both saluting the flag, so he's really been on this. He says, "Do you know that you have an angel that stands beside you at all times?" And he's talking about an actual angel, not somebody in heaven that we think is an angel. He's showing, may not be exact, kind of behind your left shoulder off to the side a little bit, that this actual angel stands there at all times. So I don't know if you can feel that. There's something different there. You are well protected. He's walking back and forth, but he's outside now. He's outside in it looks like a backyard. Maybe somebody's close to some kind of water. He's just walking back and forth, so there's always a reason for whatever they show. So if it doesn't make any sense now, you'll remember it later, see it later, or somebody else can validate it for you later and go, "Ah, I know what that means." He's still, all right, what's the pacing for? Show me, or let's move on. He's not really pacing, it's more like a leisurely walk back and forth. It's not like an irritated, anxious walk. It's relaxed. So Mom, I said hi again. Well, it's raining here and it's thundering now, and he just said, you know when it thunders that the angels are bowling upstairs. So I don't know if you guys ever told him this when they were little, when he was little. Maybe he was scared of the storms when he was little and you guys told him that. He's talking about you fixing him ham, H-A-M, ham. He says he comes up This camera kind of stinks on my computer, but you know, when we do paranormal work, we're always taking pictures because you'll catch orbs and things that you don't see with your naked eye, even though I usually see them. Other people don't. So I don't know, he's right here kind of behind me, so I don't think anybody's ever caught any wavy lines because, like I said, my camera stinks. But anyway, he's here. He's got his arm and he's leaning on my shoulder. He's back behind me. And this is my right side. Some of these look backwards. And he says, "Tell her I am her guardian angel right now. My job will change later. Right now, he's your guardian angel." And I can feel him kind of behind my right shoulder. It's like a bubble pushes up against you, just ever so slight. You can just kind of feel like change in the air pressure, kind of, in that one area. You could feel the pressure of his hand coming from behind, kind of on the shoulder, and it could feel warm or tingling in that one spot. So if you feel that, make sure you acknowledge him. Let him know that you know that he's there. And if you want more, ask him. And ask him anyway. I promise you 1,000%. They can hear you, they can see you. Absolutely. But it always helps to invite them and let them know it's okay. Come on in. Pop in whenever you want. Or not. Well, it's up to you. Okay, and now he's squatted down and he grabbed the back of my chair. Do it again. Like about where the seat part is. Now do it again. And it's kind of like he's grabbing it right behind my butt, about the seat part, and he's kind of tipping it forward, tipping it. So I don't know for sure if you're going to feel your chair move or you're going to hear it, like maybe not, it may not even move. You may just hear it just like bonk back down on the floor. Bonk. Or if you're going to feel it wiggle. I don't know, you recently fell out of your chair. That doesn't mean he did it, but he's trying to acknowledge something with this. Are you going to come back in and find your chair moved? I know that sounds pretty vague, but he's not saying why he's doing this. And I've never seen him do that before, so I'm not sure what he means by it. Writing. First he started writing, and then he was like he was writing in the sky. Did you guys write him a letter? Maybe put it with him when he was buried, or you've written him a letter since then? He's acknowledging writing, but and then it went to writing in the sky, so they can talk. I don't know why they just don't explain everything. It just doesn't work that way. We don't communicate that way. Second time I've gotten what feels like a hair in my mouth. Anything that happens to me, like I said, during a reading, I don't know. That would be like a sign, but I don't know. That's a little iffy. I always ask them to come up with something different than the butterflies and the cardinals and the, something more personal. A little teeny tiny, like a piece of fuzz or something in my mouth. I don't know about that, but I'm going to mention it. Okay, well, he asked me to pull a card for you, which once in a while they'll do that. So the first one is, in order to succeed, we must first believe that we can. And the second one is, what you think is what you create. So there you go. And they always match pretty well together when I pull more than one. So be careful what you think about. Make sure to keep it positive thoughts. Think about being perfectly physically well. Think about just what is it you want to create. Think of the positive side of it. So whatever you think about, if you stay on the negative side of it, that's what you believe that you can create. You can create the negative, and you can create the positive. So make sure and stay on the positive side. And I'm not sure why he asked me to pull those. So we'll just leave that there. And once again, he goes, yep, he's here. Yep, he's here. This time he's not saying who he is. He says it's kind of like a big party when you first get there. Like a big party. All these people you know come and greet you. Everybody's excited, everybody's happy, everybody's well. He says then you have to go to work. You work on yourself. So what they've shown me before is no matter how bad you were here, you're greeted with nothing but love. You're stripped like an onion. Layers are peeled off of you of all the heavy crap we get here on earth. It's peeled off your soul. And eventually you just come out vibrating bright and clean and higher. I guess you might want to call it that. He says, so there is work. Know that I love you. I am deeply grateful for everything you did before and after I left, especially after. For what you did to help the others, your kindness, your words of wisdom. He kept saying that. I want to make sure I said that. Your belief in me, him. He wants to say your kindness again. Never give up. Do not give up. It will manifest. It will be all right. And now he's showing a bell. It's a smaller bell about this size with a long handle on it. Kind of like one of those school bells, only I would say smaller than most school bells I've seen in movies. And he's ringing it. So you will hear a bell tinkling, and you may hear it with these ears, but you might hear it with these ears too. We do have ears up here. I call them telepathic ears. So know that if you hear that, walking through a store, walking down the street, in a movie, on Facebook, in a video, it doesn't matter where. I'm going to have to get one of these bells because they use these bells a lot. Know that that's a sign from him. So make sure you validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, ask him to bring you more if you want more. He says, allow me to help. And you do have to allow them. Okay, I thought maybe he was going to tell me what he would be good at helping you with. I always say, if Uncle Joe didn't have a pot to piss in, don't ask Uncle Joe to help you with your finances right now. because we don't get instantly, we don't turn into an instant genius when we leave. So whatever he would be good at helping you with, he says love and peace. Ask him to help, but you have to allow it to. They can bring you the best shit in the world, and we can still go, nope, don't want it, because we have free will choice. They cannot override our free will choice. I know my guys sit up there and go, oh, geez, Rhonda, you're doing it again. Your free will choice. Look at you. Get some rest. Stay home. Hunker down. You don't need any germs. But you can still spread kindness and love, because that's what you're good at. Know that you were very much appreciated by me. He says, hallelujah. But I'm not sure what that's about. I don't know where he's going. Hang on. He's going somewhere. He's moving, but I'm not sure where to or why. It's not showing me yet. Oh, good grief. It's like he's looking in your window. Oh, now that might scare the bejeebies out of you. It's like he's outside your house. He's almost pretty much got his nose pressed up against your window, and he's like, do your hands again. And he's like this, pressed up against your window. I don't feel like it's a living room. I feel like more like it's a bedroom window or something. That would scare the hell out of me. It's like he's he just stand there like that, staring in your window. Does he? If it's okay for him to come in, tell him he's welcome. I don't know if that's what it is, or if you thought you saw a face outside your window, or he used to do that to you. He used to peep in your windows and tap on the glass. Don't do it to me. I'd pee my pants. He says, tell everybody I love them and that I'm sorry. I can't change it. It's the way it was supposed to be. Tell her what? Okay, so what I've been taught is we come into this world and we've already decided our exit point. Roughly when our exit point is going to be. It might be when we're 1 day old, could be when we're 100 years old. Our exit point can waver a little bit, but depending on what's going on around us and what lesson it's going to teach somebody, or what our soul's going to learn from it, or several different things can factor into it. So our exit point can waver a little bit, but it's basically in a certain time frame that we are predestined to leave. At least that's what they taught me in my experience. Dog. Somebody's got a big dog and they see him. So if you see a big dog, if you have a big dog, and it just kind of looks off at the wall or in a corner or something, and all of a sudden its tail it's laying there like half asleep, but its tail starts wagging, but there's nothing there for it to wag its tail at. You might hear a low growl out of it. It's because animals and small children can see them and hear them. So if you have a big dog, watch the dog. He's just showing this and kind of lifts his head up as it like it was sleeping, and his tail just slowly starts wagging, and then it just like, no big deal. I know it's you. I'm used to you. Okay. He says, once again, I love you. Know that I'm around, and I'm keeping watch over you. And he's showing this angel again behind your left shoulder. But that's not him. This is an actual angel. He's not an angel. He says, peace. Peace be with you. May the force be with you. He feels so calm and smiley and peaceful and like, what's the word I want to use? Like really with it. That's kind of a, I don't know if that's the word I want to use. Just like, I got this shit. Okay, my dear, he's leaving, and he he grabs a whole bunch of balloons. I don't know if you guys have had a balloon release for him at some point, but he reached up, grabbed a whole handful of balloons. There's a whole bunch of them, and he's going to float up with the balloons. So if you guys had a balloon release for him, know that he got them. Did you write on them? He's showing a pen and writing on them. That's what we do. All right, my dear, so he's leaving. Thank you for being patient. Yeah, I don't know what my little hiccup was. It was me, not him. Anyway, a lot of stuff going on. So that doesn't surprise me. Much love to you. Thank you very much for allowing me to be his voice. He's a sweetheart. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved one. See you later.